time for another episode of The Get Up. What's the Get Up? The Get Up is a slingshot. It's a chance to pull back your day and launch you into a brand new adventure with encouragement, motivation, and practical actions you can apply to the goals you care about the most. Today, I want to tell you how you should stop hanging out with lobsters. I grew up in Massachusetts. I was born in Durham, North Carolina, but we moved up to Massachusetts when I was 6 years old, and we lived on the North Shore in a town called Ipswich. If you've never been to Ipswich, imagine a perfect New England town. Think about apple orchards in the fall, beach days in the summer, sledding in the winter. There was no spring. Massachusetts doesn't have a spring. It goes right from winter to melt. Like that's it. It's really, really cold, tons of snow, and then it melts. It's the worst thing for flowers. Like flowers, especially, like nothing is as demoralizing as seeing snow on a flower because tulips will get tricked. Tulips are like, it's summer. Like we'll have one warm day, they'll pop up, and then Massachusetts is like, how about some snow, and dump it right back on them. But it was an amazing place to grow up, and I loved it. There was even a castle on the beach. If you look up Crane's Castle, it's this beautiful castle with this amazing lawn that rolls right down to the North Atlantic, and they would hold the senior prom there. I don't know where your prom was, probably a Ramada, but talk about a flex. Your prom was in a castle. And there's a town near Ipswich called Rockport. If you ever go to Massachusetts, you have to visit. It's this beautiful little coastal town. And the best part of it is they have this strip, this road that goes kind of right into the ocean. It's called Bearskin Neck. And it's covered with art galleries and little restaurants and shops. And I was there one day and I was walking around and I saw something I hadn't seen before. I saw a huge pile of lobster cages. Now I'd seen lobster cages growing up. Everybody in Massachusetts had, but these were different. And what was different was that there were birds flying in and out of the cages. There were sparrows flying in and out because they were making nests. And I thought that's the original hipster. Look at them using found materials, locally sourced. They're not building nests, they're gentrifying those lobster cages. Look at those little hipster birds. And I thought, if you asked a lobster if that was a good idea, what would they say? Of course they'd say no. To a lobster, a cage was a trap. It was instant death. It was the thing you tried to avoid your entire life. But to a bird, it was a home. It was perfect. It was easy to get in and out of. It was safe. Cats couldn't get inside. It was a perfect spot to make their home. And I started to think, in every life, there are some lobsters. You have lobsters in your life right now. Lobsters will never understand the life you're trying to build. They can't. They're coming from a completely different perspective. At every job, there are lobsters. These are the people that are really cynical about the job. They're really disappointed in the work. They can only see the negative side. I used to be a lobster. I remember one day at a job, we had a new guy hired named Scott, and me and another buddy took Scott out to lunch in his first week, and he was so excited, and we just started to say, well, actually, this is not that good, and here's another bad part, and this isn't that good, and we really clipped his wings, and I'm ashamed of that. But I used to be this grumpy lobster of a person, and some right now. These are the people that the first thing when you see them, they tell you bad things that have happened. They've got like a laundry list and go, oh, did you hear? Did you hear? Did you hear? Did you hear? These are the people that are quick to tell you why they don't like a neighbor, why they're furious at a politician, why the thing you think is bad, like here's a crisis, it's probably even worse. And you've got some lobsters in your life. And I think you should give the lobsters the only thing you can give them, which is distance. I think you need some space between you and the lobsters. And more than that, I think you should go find some birds. They're out there. The world is covered with birds, and there's people that want to help you and teach you and grow with you and encourage you. And here's the thing. A lobster will never be able to tell you how to be a better bird. A lobster will never be able to tell you how to actually fly. So stop hanging out with lobsters and go find some birds. Thanks for watching this episode of The Get Up. Please make sure you like the video and hit subscribe, and have a great rest of your day.